right, man. Let's finish off with the division preview, man. This week we are doing the NFC West. I ain't gonna hold y'all, man. Listen, y'all know me. I keep it real with the people. I'm already bored of this. Like, I just want regular football. So I'm dogging it. If you are a NFC West fan, I apologize for my lack of enthusiasm covering your teams. I do not care. No disrespect. You feel me? I was tasked with covering the Rams and the Seahawks this week. I got nothing for y'all, man. So I'm dogging it. Listen, I'm just calling a spade, man. So, bro, let me get my teams out the way, bro.
Go
You
ahead. Do your
feel
thing.
me?
Do your
And
thing
you
on
can
the
go
fans.
ahead and do your thing, man. All right. With the Rams, I'm not gonna go long. The Rams, the Rams are improved and they got worse at the same time. They have improved because they are going to have a much better run defense than they had for the past couple of years, especially when it comes to the last year where half of the year they were terrible. The second half of the year they got really, really good. I think at the last 6 games, aside from the Bills game, they only allowed 14 points a game. So the defense got significantly better. I think the defense is going to be really, really good. I think Jared Verse is going to be really, really good. And I think the passing game is going to be much better because unlike Cooper Cup, Devontae Adams is actually going to be available, right? The problem with the passing game is the quarterback going to be there? Because once you got back problems, man, once you over 35 with back problems, bro, it ain't no going back.
There's no going back.
There's
You
no going back, dog. So
right.
I'm very concerned for the Rams because if Matt, ultimately it ends, it starts and ends with Matthew Stafford, right? Like what version of Matthew Stafford are you gonna get? We talking about a dude. Granted, it was for money, but we're talking about a dude who was threatening to retire last year. Right, you feel me? Like so he knows his body is breaking down. Like we forget, but Matthew Stafford is 37 years old. Matthew Stafford got drafted in 2009. He has been a football player for a very long time.
He's getting
So
old.
he's getting very old. So I'm interested to see. I will say this: the defense will be very much improved. The offense will be very much improved. The passing game will be very much improved if Matthew Stafford is healthy. Now we come to the Seahawks. I will try my best to be positive. Y'all know who is on this team. Y'all know who is the new quarterback. Y'all know how I feel about said quarterback. Y'all know how I've been feeling about said quarterback going on as long as if we've been doing this podcast. I told y'all who Sam Darnold was 5 years ago when we were audio only. Before we were even on YouTube, I told you who Sam Darnold was. Y'all didn't want to listen. The trick's on you. However, Sam Darnold is talented. Mike McDaniel, who is the coach of the Seahawks, is a freaking genius. That defense is going to be phenomenal. Do you know that the defense last year was the only team that had 7 different players have 40 pressures?
Damn, I
That
didn't.
is unheard of. That's never happened in the NFL history, bro. Like his ability to generate simulated pressures is second to none. Him and Brian Flores are the best in the business, and he's even better than Brian Flores at it. Right? So the Seahawks are going to have a very good defense. The Seahawks are going to have a very mediocre offense. I'm sorry. If Sam Darnold is your quarterback without Kevin O'Connell, there is a ceiling on what you can have, right? So I'm interested on what they're going to do. I feel like they're going to be less explosive. When you get rid of DK Metcalf and your best wide receiver is Jackson and Jackson, God, I cannot say this nigga's name, bro. Jackson Enigma. How you say the
Oh,
man name, bro?
yeah.
JSN. I'm gonna just say JSN. If your best receiver is JSN, who is a very good receiver, there is going to be a lack of explosiveness, right? So they did get MVS Marquez Valen Scouting, but y'all know him, bro. We know this dude by now, bro. Like he gonna give you 1 or 2 good games this season, bro. Like I don't really think their offense is gonna be all that great, but I do think the defense is gonna be special, right? So the defense is gonna definitely carry the Seahawks heading into next year, bro. So when it comes to the Rams, 11-5, Seahawks 10-7. There you go, bro. There you go, dog.
Oh wow, you're higher on the Seahawks than I thought. Than I thought you might be.
Oh no, the Seahawks are gonna, unless put it like this, the defense is gonna be so good. They're gonna be in so many games. They did improve the O line, especially on the left side. They got a new tackle and a new guard. I'm not a new tackle, but they do got a new guard. I feel like Sam just has to not be terrible. Like, for as much as I don't like Sam Darnold, you can't throw 35 touchdowns and be a bad quarterback, right? Like, Sam Darnold had the second most touchdown passes under pressure behind Joe Burrow last year, right? Like, there were times where he was truly a special quarterback. Like, if put like this, there's a throw, it's the best throw that he made all season last year, where he was getting pressured. He got pressured from the inside, from the D tackle. He drifted to the left, and he just threw it across his body. Not only did he throw it 40 yards down the field to Justin Jefferson, he threw it to his outside shoulder to make him catch it this way, away from the cornerback and away from the safety, because it was a cover two. So it was a whole shot.
That's talent, man.
That's talent.
Yeah.
Like, he is incredibly talented. You got to remember, he got drafted ahead of Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen for a reason. He was the second quarterback drafted in that year. The year that it was Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold, Josh Rosen, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson. He went second for a reason. The talent is there, but he got a lot of lemon booty. His Achilles heel is lemon booty, bro. So I just feel like there's going to be enough games where he's not going to be forced to be in lemon booty producing situations to where he could be a decent enough quarterback. Do I think he's better than Geno? No. Do I think he's an upgrade from Geno? Hell no. I do think it's a downgrade. But how much of a downgrade is really the question. So with an improved defense, an improved running game, an improved offensive line, which the Seahawks have not had in quite some time, I think you could get a solid team. 10-7 is definitely doable, for sure.
Okay. That's dope.
All right, man. So what you got for me with the Cardinals and the 49ers, my guy?
Okay, I'll start with the 49ers, Herbie. When I was looking into this team, Herbie, and I'll be honest, this is where my ignorance was. And sometimes we have a tendency to recency bias is a thing for in all walks and all facets.
Yeah, for sure.
So, I was thinking before I started looking into this team that maybe, the sky might have been falling. Maybe the bottom might have fell out, so to speak. And then I had to remember the guys who steer the ship of this, or the guys who steer this ship, the guys who are the head of this pirate ship, right? And those guys are Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch. And let me tell you, Herbie, John Lynch, for what it's worth, has proven to be one of the best GMs in football since he's been around. And when you look at the 49ers and all the turnover that they had, right, they lost a lot of players, especially
and coordinators and coaches.
And coordinators and coaches, especially you look at the defensive. They had like basically a total makeover on the defensive side of the ball, right? And then, you lose Deebo Samuel. Brandon Ayuk tore his ACL and MCL at the end of last season. So you're not going to have him to start the beginning of the season. So, going into it, Herbie, I wasn't really expecting to like what I seen from the 49ers, not from the 49ers as much as I like. And the reason why I say it is, Herbie, they still have a lot of the core pieces that have made them a really good team, right? One of the things that really led to them last season, Herbie, and it just happens to a lot of teams in football, and actually doing these division previews, what I've come to realize is that we are robbed a lot of times of what we could get from teams. Because there are a lot of teams that injuries just kill them. And the 49ers were no prisoner to that. Like they weren't the only team, right? But injuries was something that really hurt this team, especially losing Trent Williams, who they're going to get back. And now he's going to be 37. He's getting up there in age. But you look at, they still have Brock Purdy, who, in my opinion, is a top 10-ish quarterback, right? You're going to rank him 9th, 10th, 11th. He's somewhere in that range. You still have Juwan Jennings in place of the other two receivers, actually stepped up big time. He had a lot of big time performances last year. You still got George Kittle,
and you got Pershaw.
You got Pershaw. You know what I'm saying?
Now that he doesn't have a hole in his chest.
Yeah, the homie got. I got shot by the sheriff.
That was crazy.
Ricky Pershaw. But he finished strong last year, right? He finished strong.
Yeah, which is why I'm excited for the 49ers as well. Because the thing about the 49ers are a prime example of this, right? Like, you think a team has gotten worse, but then you have to remember everybody was hurt. Like, both your wide receivers are hurt. Your rookie wide receiver was hurt that you drafted, got shot. Like, you don't expect that. Christian McCaffrey had to go to Germany to get his knee fixed, right? Like, it is which is why it is so sad that they did not execute on winning a Super Bowl when they had two opportunities to do it. Because as a football team, you have a window. You have to close it. Like, it's hard enough to get the one. They got the two, and they sold on both of them, right? Like,
Right.
when you don't execute, this is what happens, right? Like, you're due. You're due in an incredibly physical sport that is football. Guys get older. When you get older, what happens? You get hurt. And what happens when you get hurt and you're older is that it takes significantly longer to come back from those injuries. So, a healthy 49ers team is still the best team in the NFC West, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's where I was gonna go with it. And here's the thing, Herbie. You even think about the guys they lost on defense, right? They no longer have Leonard Floyd. They no longer have Hargrave. They no longer have Malik Collins. These guys accounted for 14 and a half sacks out of 36 sacks that they had last year. But they did pick up Bryce Huff in the offseason, right? They drafted Alfred Collins, who's a prospect I really like. That boy, he's a big boy, Herbie, and he's strong. He's gonna definitely help them in the run game. Last year, they were a team that was not good against the run, right? Even having a standout four-time All-Pro in Fred Warner. You know what I mean? But they improved in that area. They added pieces to the defensive line to go along. They drafted Mikael Williams, who I think as a run stopper, he's going to be excellent to start. I think he'll take time to develop into a really good pass rusher, but the talent is there. You know what I mean? And especially you have Bryce Huff there. Some of the additions they added. And then I like their secondary, Herbie. What's this guy's name? Diamador Lenore.
Man,
He
don't
was
ask me, my boy. You got it.
Diamador Lenore. He was good. He was good last year. You know what I mean? He was their nickel. He played extremely well. Renardo Green. He was good. I'm not too crazy about Trey Brown. He was an inconsistent corner for the Seahawks. But the other corners that they have, the safety that they have in Brown, I think they have pieces there, Herbie. They still got Warner there. They got pieces on defense and offense that will be able to mesh together. And let's not forget, Herbie, Robert Saleh is back, and he is one of the best defensive minds in football. He didn't have a great stint as a head coach, but him being back in that room, he will make the best of the talent that they have. And then they still have Kyle Shanahan and Brock Purdy running that offense with a good tackle opposite of Trent Williams, and then they have some decent guards. So Herbie, I think the 49ers are in prime position. They just had a down year last year. I think they're in prime position
Okay,
to
so
reclaim their.
I will say this: they did have a down year, but the problem is that down year is up against age as well, right? Like, because the players that they got are still older.
Yep, Kittle.
So,
Warner,
so,
these guys are getting.
so that's why, again, back to the point I made, you have to execute because you can't miss a year because Father Time is undefeated, right? So, but even then with that, we still think they're going to be the best team in the NFC West, bro. So, what's your prediction for a record before we move on to the Cardinals?
Um, I would probably say I'll give them an 11-6. I think I can see them going 11-6. I think I can see them.
All right, all
All
right,
right.
all right. Let's finish off with the Cardinals, man.
So Herbie, the Cardinals are an interesting team to me because every year I have a team that I will call the Joker's Wild. Last season, my Joker's Wild was the Green Bay Packers, right? And for those listening, the Joker's Wild, the way I would describe it, is they are the one team that no matter what the result is, I will not be shocked, right? The Cardinals are a team that I could see winning the division, going on a deep playoff run, and winning the Super Bowl. That might sound irregular to a lot of people, but when you look into the team, this team is a lot more talented than people think. Um, and they're also the team, Herbie, they could bottom out and finish last in the division. I can see a scenario for success or failure in every multiverse for the Cardinals. Like I could see their multiverse path. They are the one team, Herbie, no result from them will surprise me. And a part of that is one, I do think their offense will be better this year, right? I think Marvin Harrison Jr. disappointed for a lot of people. I wasn't really too high on him on his rookie season, but he was productive. He was productive. He has another year under his belt. I expect him to have better chemistry with Kyler Murray. And honestly, that's really what it comes down to, right? Kyler Murray, and we said this when we did the quarterback tiers, he has all the tools to be an MVP caliber quarterback when you consider his arm talent, when you consider his ability to improvise. When he's in rhythm, he could be one of the most accurate quarterbacks in the league. He has shown and displayed these skills at times, but he's so inconsistent. We talked about it, man. Like this man's addiction to Call of Duty, I think maybe it creeps in and we don't know, right? And the Cardinals are a team that have talent. They have Trey McBride, who had a beast of a season last year. He didn't have a lot of touchdowns, but he was productive. And they have a good offensive line. They have James Conner, who revived his career when he went to Arizona. They have pieces in place that could really, really put up points on a week-to-week basis. It's just they need more from Kyler. They need more consistency from him. And look, it's year 7, Herbie, and we give other guys a lot of flack for not winning playoff games, and he's going into year 7. We talk about Herbert. Tua gets his crap. There's quarterbacks who have been in the league for some time and haven't made any noise. Kyler's one of them. Like Kyler, for all the talk that people say that he hasn't had the right team around him, I think this year the Cardinals have about as well-rounded as a team that they've had, right? You consider the fact that last season they weren't really good against the run. They were 6th worst when it came to pressure rate, and they addressed all those things in the offseason. They went out and they got Josh Sweat. They went out and they reclaimed Calais Campbell, who was productive for the Dolphins. He still has juice left in the tank. They still have Buda Baker and Jalen Thompson, who make one of the best safety tandems in football. And I think their cornerback situation got a little better. So, I don't know, Herbie. I think the Cardinals are a team, and Jonathan Gannon is a defensive mind he's going to have that defense playing a lot better than I think people realize. And the Cardinals are going to be in a lot of games, even when their offense doesn't have it. But they're one of those teams, Herbie, that if the Cardinals could put it all together, they could definitely go on a deep playoff run if they could put it all together. And we need to see more from Kyler when he goes up in big games, right? I'm pretty sure I think the Cardinals last year, a majority of their losses came from teams that won 10 or more games. So we have to see Kyler Murray and the Cardinals as a whole perform better against the league's top competition. But based on the talent they have, Herbie, based on what I have seen from them, I think they can do anything, Herbie. It's like I won't even give you a singular record. I'll give you the range of record. I could see them going 12-5 because here's the thing: they have an easy schedule to start. These are the teams they play to start. They start with the Saints. They start with the Panthers. They start with the Niners, the Seahawks, Tennessee, and Indy.
Man, the
Right?
Saints is a dub for everybody, man. I predict if you play the Saints, you got a dub. There's a potential for the Saints to go 1-16 this year, man. Like it's gonna be bad, man.
I mean, listen. It's gonna be bad for them, and I forgot to mention Will Johnson and Garrett Williams, bro. These are
Will Johnson been looking really good in practice, dog.
Yeah,
now,
man.
I will say this. I ain't gonna hold you. No disrespect. But this game about to come on, my boy. I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't no disrespect, but I got to see Caleb. I don't know what kind of version of Caleb we finna get.
So they're gonna start Caleb in this preseason game?
Yeah, he's actually starting this game. So anybody who for the people that's in the chat right now, the game is about to start in a little bit. But man, what you were saying, my boy?
But no, man. Listen, man. I think the Cardinals will range. They can finish anywhere from
12-5
to 7-10,
5-12. Like, for real,
12-5 to 5-12. Yeah, really. Like I see so many scenarios for them in the division that they're in. I think a lot of people think the NFC West is going to be weak. They're going to be that division. They're going to beat up on each other, Herbie. Because
they're definitely going to beat on each other for sure.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
But yeah, that's my take on the Cardinals and the Niners, my boy. That's it.
All right, man. So that's it for today's show. I think next week we're just gonna go ahead and just blitz through the rest of the divisions in preparation for week 1. And listen, we'll figure out if we're gonna do a live stream for the first game or whatever, dog. Actually, I don't even know, man. I don't know if I can stomach seeing them dudes wear their rings, bro. Oh God, Eagles getting their rings.
I thought we were gonna do that.
God, dog.
You got to first game.
We got to, bro. I just closed my eyes, bro, during that portion, dog. I just closed my eyes, dog. So, all right, man. We will see y'all next week, man. Everybody in the chat, bro. We appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much for rocking with us because we rock with y'all, man. Love y'all, man. Deuces.